Hi everyone, I'm Molly. I am back with another video. Today I am doing a September wrap up. So yeah, let's get started. So for the month of September I have been participating in a readathon, and that was the Back to Hogwarts Readathon that Cheryl from Candlewick Library hosted with her co-hosts. If you saw my previous video, that was all about it. So if you want to know who the hosts are, I'll try and link my video. I don't know how to do that. I apologize if not. But if you just click on my channel, I don't have many videos, so you'll be able to find it. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about what I read. So I'm going to start off with the quickest ones, and that's the ones I didn't get to. I didn't get to technically 3 books, but one of them I wasn't sure about, so I had a replacement just in case. So I guess I'll start with that one. I should have had these in a better order. Whoops. Throwing everything everywhere. Okay. So, starting with the one that I wasn't sure about, and that was A Voice in the Wind by Francine Rivers. This was and is a buddy read with a fellow YouTuber. So weird to say that. When I first talked about this, I didn't say that because I didn't really think of myself as one. But I'm now on my 3rd video. I think I can be a fellow YouTuber. Shocking. Anyway, didn't get to this because Teresa was ill, so I'm hoping to get to this this month in October. But yeah, so this is one I didn't get to finish because, as you can see, I have started it. So that is that one. Now these ones are the ones I officially didn't have time to read and finish. These are the ones that were, one of them was replacing Francine Rivers, the other one is a different prompt. So, because it's on the top, I'm going to go with the one that was replacing Francine Rivers, and that is The Corfe Castle Murders by Rachel McLean. Hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. This was to fulfill a prompt for a number on the cover, and right at the bottom it says Dorset Crime Book 1. So that would have fulfilled that prompt, which, like A Voice in the Wind, had book 1 on it because it is part of a trilogy. So yeah, this is the one that I was going to replace that with, but I didn't get to it. So just the way it goes. The next one I didn't have time to read, and that was Stardust by Neil Gaiman. This was to fulfill secret, either in the title or having a secret in the book, or more than one. So yeah, didn't get to that. And that was it. It was just those. The rest I was actually able to read and complete. So because I've read them, they'll take up most of this video. So I thought I'd do those next. So let's get to book number 1. One of the last books that I read was The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This was to fulfill the Secret Society prompt, and I read and completed this. I Really liked it. It was really, really good. I think I did it a 5-star, I think, or 4-star. Can't remember. I've got my notebook. I should have just gotten that out. Okay. Making a mess, but who cares? Yes, so The Starless Sea, I gave a 5-star. I thought it was fantastic. It was about stories, essentially. It was about this character called Zachary, who is a 25-year-old uni student, although it's set in America, so college student, same thing. But yeah, and basically when he was a young boy, he found a doorway that was painted on a wall in an alleyway, and he didn't open it. But this continues on from that when he's an adult, however many years later. And yeah, it's an adventure, I would say fantasy, I guess. It is set in the real world though, but because of the society that is a secret, there's a secret, not a library, but kind of a library. It's a library, but more than that. But it's a really good book. It is, I would say, well, adult or like new adult. There's nothing graphic. There's no actual set scenes written in. It was clean. There was no swearing really that I remember. I think there was the a damn it, maybe a couple of times, 3 times, but that's in the whole book. And this was like not far off 600 pages, so that's not too bad. I don't remember there being any other swear words. There are mentions of adult things, but it's not described. It's mostly just their bodies were tangled together type of description. So there was nothing actually descriptive or graphic. So, but that still might not suit some people. So if you still don't like that, it's only one bit, and it's very short. The rest of it is clean. Yeah, that's about it. I really enjoyed it though. It was hard to get through. Although saying that, it didn't take as long for me to finish as I thought. It actually only took me about 8 days, and it felt longer. But I think that's me, not the book, because the book was actually really, really good. I was hooked pretty much from the start, basically like the first couple of pages. And it does have stories in between because it's about books, so it's about these 3 particular books that it's talking about and the stories that were within them. So that was cool. I really enjoyed that. Some people don't like stuff like that, but it's all personal. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's secular, it's not Christian, as I'm sure you gathered by me talking about swear words and adult stuff. But yeah, I would say it's clean though, to be honest. Just to note that the main character, Zachary, is gay, but there's only a kiss. That's it. Nothing else happens. So it's mostly about other stuff, not relationships. Certainly not his anyway. I enjoyed it. Definitely recommend it if you like this sort of thing, because it's about other worlds, stories, and travelling into those stories and into this underground library. So yeah, that is one book. The next book I read, well I say next, they're not in order of when I read them. So like The Starless Sea was my penultimate, second to last book. So yeah. The next one I read was The Tale of Squirrel Nutkin by Beatrix Potter. Now, as you can see, this is a children's book, so this took not even half an hour, I don't think. And this fulfills an animal on the cover. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think I gave this a 4-star, but I will check. Yeah, I gave this one a 4-star. The art, the illustrations was gorgeous, and I like the story. Squirrel Nutkin, he's a cheeky one, isn't he? He's a bit rude, if I'm honest. In real life, I wouldn't like him. But I can see where kids might, because kids like that sort of cheeky Dennis the Menace, you know, Diary of a Wimpy Kid style stuff. So they might enjoy it, but it's lovely to look at, and it's a very quick story. He does get his comeuppance. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And if I see any more Beatrix Potter, I'll probably pick them up. I don't know. Depends. I'm not fussed. So yeah, lovely book. So the next book that I'm going to talk about is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone in America. This I gave Harry Potter 4 stars. I thought it was really good. Not as difficult as I remember it being to get into, because when I was a kid I tried to read them, but I couldn't get into it. I found the sentences were a bit long, but actually it wasn't that bad now. It might just be because I was just too young, I guess, although I think I was similar age, so I don't know, maybe I just wasn't that interested. I will definitely continue reading the series, but I wouldn't pay full price for them. I got this one for 50p. So I mean, 50p. You don't even get books for 50p in the charity shops these days. You're lucky if you can get them for £1. Normally it's £2 now or more. So yeah, definitely enjoyed it. It was interesting seeing the differences. Like, I already knew about an extra ghost in the book. It was even more interesting seeing the differences in the scenes. Like when he catches Quirrell and Professor Snape. Like in the films, which I've seen quite a few times. It's in the library when he, encounters them when he's in the invisibility cloak. But in this, it's in the forest, the Forbidden Forest. And I really liked the differences. A lot of people say the books are better than the films for most adaptations. And I think I have to agree certainly with this one. I do love the film. I thought it was accurate to the books. It's just some of them were slightly different. Not different scenes, just different. This took place in a different area of the school. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Oh, I also thought it was really interesting that when they did have the detention in the Forbidden Forest, I thought it was really interesting that it was Neville and not Ron who was with them. And actually, I kind of wish they kept that in the films, because you don't really see much of Neville, at least not in the earlier films. So it was nice seeing him in these, because you see a bit more of his bravery coming through in the books, where you don't really see much of that from what I remember in the films. Except a little bit more later on as it gets more serious. So yeah, I enjoyed it. The 4th book that I read this last month was Murder Most Unladylike, First Class Murder. This is a series that I've started maybe last year, probably last year. This is the 3rd book in the series. And I did this one for the competition prompt slash school spirit, but this isn't school spirit. This is a murder mystery, as it says in the title. Except obviously, as you can tell it's kind of like for like 11-year-olds, maybe younger. I think when I saw it on Amazon, it was said like between the age of 9 to 11. So yeah, obviously very clean. There's no swearing. I think there's a couple of instances in this book anyway of using the Lord's name in vain, but hardly any really. I think there was only a couple, maybe 3 at the most in the whole book, and there's like just over 300 pages. This book I gave 5-star. I remember because this was the last book I read, so I just finished this on Monday, yesterday. I'm filming this on the 1st of October, Tuesday. I really enjoyed the series. I would say it's really great for young kids of those ages who like mysteries and murder mysteries. It's also really great for anyone who really likes The Orient Express, in particular by Agatha Christie, either the film or the books. No, the book or the films, sorry. Because this actually takes place on the Orient Express, and the book itself is mentioned, and there's also a character who is writing a murder mystery and is using the Orient Express book in particular as inspiration for his next novel. And the characters also like it. Certainly one of the main girls called Daisy, she's really into mystery novels, so she reads a lot of them. And the dynamics are very Holmes and Watson, Sherlock Holmes. So yeah, this is also great for anyone who is Chinese, because this does tackle especially a little bit more on racism. Not massively, like the characters don't particularly stand up for themselves, if you know what I mean. Like there's no confrontation. But it is interesting as someone who isn't obviously a person of colour, who doesn't experience racism of any sort. It was certainly interesting. These are set in the 1920s, so obviously it's probably more that sort of era of racism, and maybe even reactions as the person of colour in terms of how they react to those things. But I don't know. Again, there'll be some who would react in an activism sort of way and stand up for themselves, but others won't. It is a very small part of the book though, but things like this has cropped up in the other 2 books, because the main character, Hazel, she's the one who, it's written in, is it first person? It's written from her point of view. So yeah, so it obviously it does bring up stuff like that from her point of view. I would definitely recommend this series so far. It's only the 3rd book. With it being children's, it's not going to get worse, if you know what I mean. But I do want to mention there is a medium in this, and she does do a seance, but it's fake. So it's not actually her channeling any spirits, it's actually her faking it, because she can do stuff with her voice, basically. So yeah, it is a fake seance, but if you still don't like that or don't want your child to read that, then I wouldn't recommend this book in particular for that. But it's only like one bit. The rest of it, it's more talked about, like contacting spirits, so there's no actual contacting spirits in it. Hello? Oh, hello. Are you going to join me in my video, Dora? Good luck finding a space. Hi. My cat's just coming. There's space over here. Over there. Or do you want to go over here? Come on then. Or are you going to go under my bed this time? Hi! There you go, look. Come join me. Come on then. Hello. Oh, there she is. This is one of my cats. We have two. That's Dora. She's our oldest one, aren't you, gorgeous? Yeah. You're going to help me with my books? Yeah? Would you like to say hello to everyone? Yeah. Look. Say hello. Hi. You say hi, everyone. Oh, yeah, she doesn't want to stay on my bed now. Anyway, so yeah. I do recommend this otherwise, despite the seance, because it's fake. So yeah. On to my next two books. So, one of the first books I read is Pages and Co. Tilly and the Book Wanderers. This is the first in the series, and I used this for going on a journey, I think it was. Something like that. Because as the book suggests, she can travel through books, her favourite books, and interact with her favourite characters. And she's looking for her mum because she finds clues to where she might possibly be. This is really good. Again, this is children's, probably say maybe similar age group to the Murder Most Ladylike ones. Unladylike. This is more like, I don't know what genre you would call this. Adventure, maybe fantasy, but like mild. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Gave this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I can't remember. Did it make me laugh? I don't remember. It probably did. I laugh easily. I also cry easily. But yeah, this was a lovely book. Again, I don't remember there being any sort of child-friendly swear words of like the Lord's name in vain sort of thing. I don't remember there being anything like that. And so yeah, it was really good. It's an adventure. You get to see Anne from Anne of Green Gables, who I love, and Alice from Alice in Wonderland, of course. As you can see, she's on the front cover. And they also travel to Treasure Island, which is who this guy is supposed to be. I think he's supposed to be Long John Silver, I think. Yeah, there's Anne there. But yeah, I thought this was great. Definitely recommend this, again, to kids, but also adults who love reading. I think this is definitely something I would have loved as a kid, and I still loved it. Because I know as a kid I used to love the idea of being able to be a part of the story and travelling to my favourite books, or just in general the books I was reading. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Again, I would probably pick up the other books in the series. I don't know how many there are. On to my last book. Now, last but not least, Pollyanna. And this I picked up for found family / I think it was boarding school. So obviously this was not obviously if you don't know the book. This is about found family because the girl of the name Pollyanna, her parents have died, and she goes to live with her aunt, who is her mother's sister. And basically it's just about that. This was a lovely story. I think I gave 5 stars for this one. Yes, I gave this one 5 stars. Because it's a children's classic. It was definitely, it wasn't more religious. I've read more religious books in children's books. Like I would say Little Women and Anne of Green Gables have more faith content in them. Especially the Little Women books. But this was lovely because it talks about being glad for, and just looking on the positive side of things, no matter what situation you're in. Obviously, it doesn't discount the hardships of life, the fact that things are difficult sometimes, or you're struggling, but I love the fact that it talks about how we should always look at the blessings we do have. You know, I thought it was a lovely book for that. Cried, and the character who learnt to play this as her dad told her a game, which is the Glad game, and which is about what I said, looking at what you do have or what you can do. And I love that, and she really gets tested with that mind frame near the end of the book. So, and I thought that was great, because it's always easier to be glad about stuff when you're going through a better season in your life at the time. But it's always gets put to the test when you do go through something difficult, either health-wise, grief, or difficulty in work, or losing your job. Either way, absolutely fantastic. I'd have to recommend this if you are struggling, or even someone who you know is struggling with that. It's a kid's book, so obviously it's not heavy going in that respect, or at least I don't necessarily think so. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this as well. So yes, that was my last book. I read a total of 6, which for me is unheard of. The most I've ever done is 5, I think. To be fair, the only reason it's 6 is because of Squirrel Nutkin, which obviously is a very short book. It's like 50 odd pages. So, and obviously it's not like a typical, like it's not even like books like this where there's, you know, lots of writing. It's a very small amount of writing. So whilst that does obviously count, it's a lot quicker read. So if it was more of a typical book, I may not have done 6. But you never know. Never say never, as Justin Bieber used to say. But yeah, I think that is it. I will be doing another video very soon. I don't know whether to wait a week or to put it up sooner than that, because it's my October TBR and it's readathon related again. So I may try and do that a bit sooner than I normally would. But yes, 3 videos at least filmed, if you're seeing this, uploaded as well, which is more than I've ever done. Yay! I apologise if you don't, about the lighting. At least you can see me. It is currently late at night. It's like maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock at night when I'm filming this. I have been out all day because my grandma had a routine appointment at the hospital, so I've been there with her all day, and then we had a Teze, an evening church service, which is mostly chants and a reading and prayers, and then the Lord's Prayer and a hymn. I'm telling you the whole thing. You don't need to know it. But basically, I've had a busy day and I've only been able to do this video now. So yes, I hope you all have had a lovely week and that the start of your week has been good. And yeah, I will see you soon. I pray God blesses you, and I will see you all next time. Bye.